Welcome to valuationpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about all things related to business and valuation. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I'm a financial mediator and business valuation expert. And today we are with Lisa Zeiderman. Lisa is a managing partner at Miller Zeidman, LLP. She's a matrimonial attorney, family lawyer, and CFL, which she'll tell you more about, and a certified divorce financial analyst, which some people know about. She also regularly handles complex financial and custody divorce matters for high net worth individuals. How do you file for divorce in New York? And is an attorney required? I thought that this had an interesting answer.
So an attorney is not required. Look, do I think that an attorney should be retained? I do. I think that we see so many people who try to take that shortcut and then come to us in the middle or the end or after it's done, and it's just, frankly, just a hot mess. So I would say that your best bet is to retain an attorney who is familiar with the law, familiar with how the court system works, familiar with what's going to be, negotiated, what the parameters are, so that you're not taking positions that don't make any sense. That being said, in New York, you are permitted to be a pro se litigant, which means you can operate pro se. You can also negotiate your own agreement. So if you want to go to the negotiating table and you want to negotiate your own divorce agreement, you can do so. Again, I don't think it's advisable, particularly if your spouse has an attorney, that you're going to be put, that you're going to put yourself in that position. I think it's much smarter and frankly makes much more sense to have someone who can advocate for you. But can you do it? You absolutely can do it.
Well, and I think that most people have this perception that when, I've been thinking about getting divorced for 2 years. I'm just really frustrated. All of a sudden we had, this crazy event happen and I'm done. Right. And they're just like, I'm going and I'm filing on Monday. And I think that, if you could just explain just maybe a little bit that it's not just going in and filling out your name and your address and saying, okay, I put a pin in it. I'm filing today. And then they say, okay, now do all of these things. It's sort of like you have to do all of these things and then bring all of that to this filing. But can you explain it maybe in a better way from a legal perspective?
Sure. So I think you have to look at it as a big box, right? And the first thing you're going to put in your big box is you're going to file for divorce, and you're going to file what's called a summons and a complaint. And then you're going to serve them, and into your big box goes what's called an affidavit of service, meaning your spouse has been served with divorce papers, and now you have an affidavit stating that they have been served. You're not going to serve it yourself, by the way. You have to actually get somebody who can serve it, who is of the age that is legal, et cetera, to do that. Then after that, you're going to actually want to fill out, both of you, what's called a statement of net worth. And that is going to have all of your expenses, and it also will list all the assets and liabilities. And you're going to be swearing to it, so it needs to be accurate. So, for example, we're in 2024. I usually tell people to look at 2023 unless 2024 was a complete year, because that gives them a whole year, 2023, for example, of their expenses. And you're going to fill that all out. Now you have your burn rate, and you have your assets and your liabilities. Net worth statements go in your box. Now comes the backup information. Somebody's going to be asking for backup information because it's a divorce. Sometimes people don't trust each other. They may not trust that the assets and liabilities listed are accurate, or that the expenses aren't inflated or deflated, or that the income is correct. All of those things, right? So they're going to ask for backup information, goes into the box, right? And by the way, people are reading this information that goes into the box, and they probably are going to ask for further information. And then hopefully, if things go well, there's going to be some settlement proposals that go back and forth, and a negotiation. If things don't go as well or as smoothly, then there may be a court appearance, your first court appearance. And so that's going to go into the box, and that's going to have all sorts of deadlines and discovery demands and maybe depositions.